여러분 안녕. Today we are doing my Sassy girl. I kind of want to also include Queen for 7 days, but Vicky won't let me watch episode 4 for like another freaking fortnight. So maybe I'll tack up episode 3 later on in the video. I don't know. Depends how I feel. Anyway, my Sassy girl, episode 3. We learned that Yanu got a job with the king tutoring his son. And the princess is, still a nuisance to him. Mostly, again, because, she just wants her ring back. But he ends up taking her to this, it's like a black market type of deal. To me, at least it seems that way to me. Like a black market situation. And, she sees this man who's being abused because he owes money, as people on the black market usually do to people who owe them money. And she obviously recognizes this man on some level. And when she's sitting looking for her ring with this guy, she sees a book. And she's very brave. She's very brave. She's a little crazy. But I don't know if I would have done what she did. But she distracts him, saying, oh, yeah, I want to see like hairpins or whatever. She takes the whole book and takes off. Did you think he wouldn't notice? Like, how did you think you were going to get... She obviously did not think it through completely. So now she's got like every thug in the village after her and Gilney. They managed to get away. Good. And as she looks through it, you can just see how unhappy she is with what's been going on. So she's tearing it up and she burns it. And I have notes. Hold on. She says to him after that, even though I didn't get my ring back, let's go eat because you still did a lot running through the village. So they go and they eat, and I can't. The chicken feet, I can't with that. I can't even with the look at it. I can't. I saw them in the store the other day in a package. They called them paws, which confused me. Since when were they called paws? I'm a little... Hold on, I need my coffee because now I'm a little... No, just the thought of it. I really can't. But she gets him kind of drunk. And the words coming out of his mouth... I can't. He's so... It was funny. This show was getting funnier. And I'm really enjoying it. Because... I don't know. I just do. But no, him just... When he's drunk and he's like, oh, do you like me? I'm like, are you kidding me? Now's when you want to do it. But then again, okay, when you're drunk, that's what happens. Okay, whatever. But, he goes home. Well, he makes it back home. Because next thing you know, it's morning and he's hungover as hell. And his mom's giving him some gross, God only knows what it is, hangover stuff, right? And we find out via his sister, who, I knew it, is the one who has the ring. I knew it. Well, had the ring. She took it upon herself to start giving other people's things away. And giving it to that Diane girl? whom I really don't like her. The more I see of her, the less I enjoy this character. She's very manipulative. She's very over entitled. Like, I understand she comes from like a well to do family or whatever, but she don't need to be acting the way that she acts, okay? She just doesn't. And, you know, Gilna's sister went to her and said, "Oh, here, my brother bought this for you." No. You just can't. You can't just make up stories and go giving things away. That's not right. But I don't know. I don't like his sister hanging around her. I think she's a bad influence. You know, she's nasty. To a lot of people. There's a scene in, I believe, episode 4 where they're getting their nails done, and she smacks the girl doing her nails. Like, really? Like, okay, so she accidentally nipped you. It happens. You don't have to assault the girl. That's just that it was unnecessary. Anyway, I'm digressing. Yonu finds out that Dion has the ring. He goes to her and he says, I need that back. She's like, well, what if I don't want to give it to you? Well, considering he didn't give it to you in the first place, I think you are kind of obligated to give it back. Which she eventually does. 2 days later, she gives it back. Okay, whatever. But during their exchange, the princess, who once again hopped the wall, decides she's gonna go and interrupt because she feels like he's not looking for the ring the way he's supposed to be looking for the ring. She keeps doing it. And I don't know why her first instinct is to just assault his character in some way. And she just calls him husband. Oh, so bang. Are you serious? Like, he's talking to somebody who knows him and knows his family. And I don't think she thinks that through before she starts hollering it across town. Like, people know him. They know he's not married to you. But, Dion leaves after the whole ordeal between him and her and the princess, and she basically accuses her of being a crazy stalker woman, which, if you don't know the situation, she does look like a crazy stalker woman. She does. But that lends to her meeting a couple of Gilnu's friends. And don't fall over. Okay. And they invite her to come play a drinking game with them, which, of course, she accepts, especially because she knows Yonu does not want her to, and it's irritating his soul. So now we've come to the end of episode 3. After their little drinking game, they go their separate ways, and she goes and gets herself, no, not that she did it on purpose, but she ends up abducted by that guy she stole the book from. And we learned that he was hired by somebody to do this to her. And when nobody can find her, her guard and her servant go to this palace guard or officer or whatever he is, and who, by the way, way cuter than Gyunu. Way cuter. That's just my personal opinion. And has him go out to look for her, and he finds Gyunu by himself, and he's like, well, why did you let her wander off by herself? And that's where we go into episode 4. She wakes up in this storage building barn type thing, and Gyunu finds her. She's surrounded by these thug people, and he brought a fan. Now, I've seen a lot of movies that have used fans as a weapon, but those people at least knew how to use it in an appropriate way. Him, not so much. He's not so good with that. But he tried. And that's all that matters. And she was safe. She was fine. Her father, who's out hunting, gets a letter on an arrow that nearly hits him in the face, about how one of his kids is in danger. So of course he goes home, and I still maintain that the one minister and the queen are in cahoots, and that's what's going on here. Because she's obviously out to get this girl in trouble with her father. And she makes it home. The princess makes it home just in time to avoid being caught by her father. And the look on the queen's face when they opened the door to her room and see her sitting there, she was like shocked. And honestly, she was probably a little upset because the girl was in the room. But you know what? That's what you get. You want to try that? That's not how these shows work. But she was really pissed. Also, my stomach keeps growling. I don't know if you hear that or not. I hope not. But I'm hungry and I haven't eaten yet. I should probably get a snack. Thinking of incorporating snacks. Would it be considered a mukbang if I added snacks to this? I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, back to the show. We get a little bit more insight into this ring and why it's so important to her. It was given to her by a man that she was involved with in some sort of romantic way, or people believe she was involved with him in a romantic way. And he gave her that ring before he left. And apparently he went missing, and it's been a while, and no one knows where he is or what's happened to him. And that's why she keeps that ring so close to her. Which now I understand why she would want it. Well, I would want my ring back regardless too, but see a little bit more of Diane in this episode. She wants to know more about the crazy stalker woman that's hanging around Gyunu because she wants him. And she decides to use this other guy to find out. And he came to her in episode 3 with flowers and to go back, and she really wanted nothing to do with him. He handed her a letter that she proofread and handed back to him. And then we find out that he paid somebody to write it, and it still wasn't even good. But she used his feelings for her to get him to hunt down this woman. But nobody in the village knows her or anyone like her, and of course they're not. And she's not going to find her. going through methods like that. That's just not going to happen. I believe Gyunu is worried about if she got caught or not. Because the next time we see him, he's just imagining these things in his head that could be happening. Like she's brought before him and she's in trouble and they take her title away and she throws him under the bus saying, well, it's his fault. He's the reason why I left. He convinced me to go. So he's all worried that something's going to happen to him because something's going to happen to her, but it's not happening. His mother is setting him up on all these blind dates. And he's like, I don't think I want to do that. And I'm sure they're all lovely, but none of them are winners. And he's not too thrilled about it. And he keeps, hallucinating the princess, just sitting there going, oh, well, she's nice, she's this, she's that, what do you... And she's not even really there. He's just imagining her the whole time. Which really says something, that I think he's not... He either doesn't realize or isn't wanting to admit to himself yet. So he's trying to find a way to tame her and I guess make her more ladylike. So he goes and he hits up this bookstore and he gets all kinds of books. None of them are going to help. None of that is going to help you. There's no way. Can't read my own freaking handwriting. More flyers. There are more flyers coming out. And the cute guard and the people he works with are this close to catching the people who are throwing them around. And jurisdictions. They hop a border. Well, not really. They just run from one town to the next, and now you have no jurisdiction here. And now they're kind of SOL on that. But they were this close. I don't know. Hopefully next time. But that's the end of episode 4. And we find out from the guy that helped Gyunu get out of jail. Gyunu runs into him on a bridge, and the 2 girls he's with explain to him that, oh, these flyers just came out, and again, they're about the princess, and it's alleging, which, very untrue, that there is a love triangle between her and the guard and the dude from the black market. I don't know. But I'm very excited to see what happens in episode 5. And yeah. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.